Hey there, I'm here with a special guest from Osborne Seed Company. Hey, so I'm here with Rebecca Morse from Osborne Seed Company, and Rebecca's been awesome to stop by today, and we've been nerding out about seeds and pests and all the stuff that you should be nerding out about on a farm. And Osborne Seed Company is a really cool company. I have to say, I think their catalog is the prettiest catalog out there. Not that that means their seeds are awesome too. I've used some of their stuff. Like the cucumbers I'm growing now they're just awesome. Nice. And I'm hoping to try some new stuff from them and work on my relationship and learn and try to grow better stuff here. So I'm gonna ask Rebecca a bunch of questions, and it's gonna be awesome.
For Osborne Seed Company, we're out in Washington State, in between Seattle, Washington, and Vancouver, BC. I started as a grower myself in 1999. I had a quarter acre to a half acre to a full acre in production. Consider myself a market gardener. I grew for market, CSA, a little bit for restaurants. And then in 2010, I started working seasonally for Osborne in the wintertime to supplement farm income. And just fell in love with the job and realized how much more of an impact and how much more I could learn and be a part of the ag community working for a seed company.
Cool. Can you tell me a little bit about Osborne?
Yes.
Who do you sell to?
Exactly.
What kind of stuff do you sell?
So Osborne started in 1982, primarily selling seeds to commercial farmers. So there's a lot of growers on the West Coast. Our focus was Pacific Northwest. Until just a couple years ago, so 37 years now, but the first 35 were really focused on varieties that performed well for the Pacific Northwest. We sell all of our seeds in resealable foils, and because we're selling to commercial growers, the quality of the seed is really important. Having a good mix of hybrids and open pollinated varieties, having really high germination rates, strong disease resistance, productivity, uniformity, but then the diversity that growers need. So having a base of commercial growers in the Pacific Northwest really grew with the internet. So we have varieties that might not perform as well in the Pacific Northwest, but do perform great in the Northeast, in the Southeast, and Wisconsin, Midwest, and working on getting the information from growers, walking fields, developing relationships so we can hear what growers need, what they want, what works, what doesn't work, so we can take that information back to Washington. We have 2-acre field trials, and we also set up trials with growers around the country. So we collaborate with growers, some strategic farm trials, and we also work with the seed producers.
So Rebecca, what can you tell me about where Osborne sources their seeds from? I know you see these beautiful seed catalogs, and you're thinking, how do they get all these seeds? They can't possibly produce these all themselves.
Right.
What sort of farmers do you work with? That sort of thing.
Okay, so Osborne doesn't produce any seed. We source seed. So we work with companies that produce seed all over the world. Seed production is all over the world, and we work with some smaller growers, seed producers, larger seed producers. All over the world. So what we do is we have conversations. We talk with breeders. We talk with the reps about what they have that's new, or what they have that is going to fill holes that we have in the catalog. We are always looking to update the standards with better disease resistance, better uniformity and productivity and flavor. And so we have these relationships with the seed producers, and so we know who to go to. We know we'll go to Enza Vitalis and Reich Swan for high quality lettuce. We go to Bijou for carrots, and so we create these relationships with the seed producers. And what we look for comes from conversations we have with growers, what people need. It comes from varieties are discontinued, so we have holes we need to fill. Markets are always changing, so what used to be a specialty crop, more growers are growing, and so we need to flesh out that part of the catalog. So
okay.
It's really customer driven.
So there's a lot of seed companies out there. How does Osborne differentiate themselves amongst all the other seed companies that I can buy seeds from?
Well, number one is high quality seed and diversity of varieties. And not number two in terms of importance, it's relationships. It's really about the relationships we build with customers.
So I grab a seed catalog. Now what do I do? And I need to find something simple. Like let's say I want to grow some green beans for my home garden. And how do I pick that out? Now I know personally I'll struggle with this because if I've never grown a certain variety of crop, I need to figure out which one to pick.
Right.
And it's really easy to look at all these like beautiful pictures and then you think, oh, I want to grow this random thing or this obscure heirloom variety. But to me, like what I've realized in the last couple of years is that I just want something that's going to perform, that's consistent, and I'm going to get a good yield off of. Is that something that you advise for people?
Yeah,
or I mean, how do you go about picking something out?
So the first thing is to pick out the crops, right? And then within
like
the crops,
I want to grow broccoli, I want to grow...
What is it you want? What is the most important thing, right? Is it just to feed yourself? Well, I really feel like these Osborne favorites are
so that's highlighted in the catalog for you guys?
Yeah, it is. So we put this little banner for our Osborne ribbon for our Osborne
Probably
favorites.
can't see that, but is that online too?
It is.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
It's even bigger online, so you can see it. So yeah, there's a lot of choices here. And so we have 3 yellow beans, and we gave it to the Tambora. And we'll give that our Osborne favorites. Because ease of growth is really, if you want a yellow bean and you don't want to have to, you're not as interested in the disease package or in the length or the sieve size, the width of the bean, you look for an Osborne favorite. For other
So you guys
crops,
help make it easier for...
We do. We try to make it, they're the dependable varieties. They're the ones that we value for ease of growth and flavor and color.
And I've noticed personally when I order seeds from certain companies and they pick those out, there's a reason that they pick those out because they're more successful for most people.
Absolutely. But more broadly, you have to first think about what you like to eat, what you like to grow, what you can grow,
what your customers want, what you can sell, that sort of thing too.
And then call your seed company. I really feel like we always tell growers, like, take advantage of us, give us a call, because we also need to know what the questions are. We want to be able to answer the questions, but we also... Getting the questions helps us figure out where we need to grow. What are the questions we need to be answering?
Absolutely.
Better. We want the information is in here, but we're also really driven by what customers have to offer us.
All right, so we've been chatting for a while, and I think one of the things I've been really impressed by is just your willingness and wanting to learn about things that I'm growing, my market, my struggles. I know here in the Southeast, we struggle a lot with the heat and the pest pressure is just insanely high. And I just love how you're trying to take this information and incorporate that into your strategy and the company and what you're selling.
Yeah.
And that's super cool.
Yeah, and I love it. I feel like I have the best job in the world because I get to go around the country and walk fields and see what growers are doing, and I feel inspired. I want to see what is working, what isn't working. I want to see what growers need. This is Osborne. We want to make, from the home gardener to the larger producer, we want to make your life easier. We want to have varieties that are going to be more productive or more tolerant, or fill that niche where not everybody's growing it. The growers need something unique to help themselves stand out.
Absolutely.
So I take all this information and go back, and then we can go to the seed producers and see what they have to offer. Every time I go back from one of these trips, I have more information, and I feel like newly inspired to go back and talk to everyone in the office. And we all get excited about what else we can do to have a better product offering, to build our relationships in different parts of the country, to learn about this disease pressure and pest pressure, and then I continue the conversations with the breeders. What do you have that has this disease resistance that these growers are needing? And plus, I just really like meeting farmers.
Yeah, totally. And I know you said before you do this like one out of every.
Yeah, I've been traveling almost every month, and I go to the Northeast, I go to the Midwest, I've been to Florida, I've been to Texas, and coming to North Carolina. I live in the Pacific Northwest where we don't have this sort of heat. We don't have the disease pressure and the pest pressure. We have different
We're
challenges.
so lucky here we have these things.
We're so lucky. Yeah, we have different pressures, but it's needing to think about these things back in Washington where our company is based, so we can address these issues. So, I feel like farmers are just so tough, they're so resilient, but we're trying to give them the tools that they need.
And as things are changing, it's helpful that you guys are trying your best to help us out.
It's always growing, it's always evolving. It's exciting every year to think about like, and now we put a catalog out twice a year, and it's just exciting to think about, like, what can we do next?
Yeah. So how can people find out more about Osborne Seed Company?
They can give our office a call at 1-800-433-SEED. They can find us online. It's www.osborneseed.com.
Okay.
They can find us on Instagram. It's @OsborneSeed.
If I want to know more about what you're doing, are you on Instagram too?
I am.
Okay.
I'm Jericho Farmer. That was the name of my farm, Jericho.
Oh, cool.
Farm. Yeah,
all right, so I'll put a link down in the description
Awesome.
for all those things so you can find it.
Yes, and I love when people contact me directly. You can find me directly through the office. I have a direct line, my cell phone, my Instagram, Insta message me, because that's really how I can do my job well, is by having these relationships and answering questions and asking them myself and learning.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming by today.
All right, thanks for having me,
And
Josh.
hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you so much for watching. If you would, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, move over a little bit so we're both, there you go.
Oh, okay. You're gonna edit this part out because I need to go backwards now and talk about Osborne.